Yeah. So the Mentees is still open if you want to add anything, or if you have anything to comment, just put it on the chat. Thank you, and we'll move over to the next talk. And Fabio can, oh no, sorry, it's not Fabio here in this track, it's Miguel, I think. Marco, ciao, how are things in Lombardia?
Hi, Mariuka, thanks.
There
Very
seems
nice.
to be a delay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, the weather is probably a bit nicer there than here. So let's move on with your very interesting talk about what you have done in Lombardy. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mariuka, and thanks to the organization for this kind of invitation to Apidays. We are going to show you our experience about digital ecosystem in Lombardy, and particularly in why and how we are fostering public and private relationships to get value from data. I'm Marco Panebianco. I'm Chief of Data Architecture and Digital Ecosystem Unit at ARIA. ARIA is the in-house company of Region Lombardy. This is a short agenda, but we go through the single topics to go ahead and try to focus on the goal of this presentation. As you probably know, Region Lombardy is one of the main regions in Italy. It's located in the northern part of Italy. It is very beautiful, I can say, but very complex. We deal with 10 million citizens. You know, the capital is Milan, but the complexity is due even to the numbers of municipalities we have to face with. And for example, we have a great opportunity and about sharing and collaborating with private companies. In Lombardy, most of all are SME companies, small, medium enterprises, but are about 1 million. And so, in this context, ARIA, what does ARIA? ARIA is the in-house company that deals with the digital innovation and public procurement. We are focusing on digital healthcare, digital government and public services, public infrastructures, and public procurement. So we make a lot of bids during the year to buy services and goods for the region and the territories. But going through the theme of the day, we started with the region from a strategic point of view, because in the past few years, we see that the information system inside the region was very, very rich of data, of services, but not all of this data could be consumed by someone else. So one of the goals, of the strategic goals, is to open the regional information system. It's not an action started today. It started many years ago in a progressive way, but now the news is that we try to share this value even with private subjects, not only with other public administrations. And so one of the goals is fostering the growth of digital relationships among a lot of actors, both public and private. And the aim is to activate these partnerships, giving the market a way to create a new digital public services, for example, not only made by region or by area. To give some more information about the context, I can show you what you are doing now inside the region and outside in the relationship with other subjects. At the basis of all our initiatives are the data assets, the regional data assets. I said before, we had a huge amount of data managed and collected even from the territories, from the other municipalities, or coming from the administrative procedures of region. And inside the region, we started 3 years ago. We started a program about information and data governance to try to explore, understand, and guarantee the quality of this data as much as possible. Together with this program, we have developed and we are going on an API governance program, and we made an internal catalog that I will show you briefly later on. This is what we are doing inside the region, inside the organization of region. But the effects of these initiatives could be shared outside. For example, in 2015, some years ago, we started a very interesting experience called the E015 Digital ecosystem, which started during the Expo 2015 World Exposition in Milan. And this is characterized by public and private partnerships. It's a sort of marketplace, but it's more than a marketplace. It's a policy framework in which public and private subjects could collaborate based on API and common glossaries. Another initiative is about the so-called Open Data Lombardia, is the Open Data Initiative. And here we have a participation both by region and more than 100 municipalities that publish their data on the platform. Another initiative is about the geographic information. And since 10 years ago or more, we have a geoportal that shares and publish data and map services mainly for professional users. The main target is professional users, but is open to anyone. This is the context, but going deep into the single initiatives, for example, inside Lombardy, we published this catalog, API Lombardia. At the moment, this is an internal catalog that contains more than 90 regional APIs, is for internal knowledge at the moment, but we aim to publish it in the next future to share the knowledge of these opportunities to other subjects too. One of the main characteristics of this solution, of this catalog, is to describe the APIs not only in a technical way, but using a business approach and based on functionalities, and telling some stories about APIs. So this could be understood well even by non-technical people. Going in the outside direction, for example, I told before about E015 Digital ecosystem. How can you can see it, the link to the portal, to the marketplace. But the important thing is that E015 is a sort of common way, a common table on which share some APIs and share the applications that the members of this community are going to develop using the offer of APIs put on the table by other members. So in a way, you have the APIs and the apps. But what is very, very important to us is to activate digital relationships. Every app is connected to one or more APIs, but is not only a technical matter. is the relationship between the subjects that represents the offer and the demand. On the right side, you can say which are the main themes, the main sectors that are actually covered by E015. Mainly, it was born with the aim to share tourism and culture information and mobility information. But nowadays, we are going to spread into other sectors, for example, environment and healthcare too. The participants, as you can see, are mainly private companies and public ones too, with the percentage you can see on the top right. These are the principal use cases now working and used. In tourism, we have some application about events, culture, and touristical events or accommodations. Mobility, we share, and we have some application about public transport or the electric mobility, for example, the recharging stations. For environment, we have experience of some member of E015 that has developed solutions about dam monitoring or pollution mitigation. And finally, in healthcare, we have a great success, but by sharing and publishing some APIs about defibrillators and emergency room status, for example. I will show it later on a case reference about that. Open Data started in 2012. Now is a very consolidated program. We have more than 4,000 public datasets, but the main thing is that all of these datasets can be accessed through APIs. So it represents a great offer of public information for everyone. Nowadays, it's used mainly by citizens, but even by civic hackers and the journalists that take data to share in their media. The last initiative outside is the Lombardy Geoportal. It started several years ago, but it progressed and was bettered in order to be compliant with the Inspire directive. And now you can use a lot of tools and functionalities and have access to more than 250 maps. Of course, we are speaking about APIs, so these maps are available through REST APIs and OGC web services. But these all initiatives, in a way, could benefit from if positioned in another approach, not just a single initiatives born with their goals and compliance to some laws in a way, but given an overall approach in terms of digital ecosystems. What do we mean for a digital ecosystem? Digital ecosystem in our context is a network of public private subjects who share a common policy framework and try to reach their own public or business goals, not only public, by setting up digital relationships enabled by APIs. This is a theoretical definition, but we have tried to put it at work. And starting from E015 experience, now we are focusing on thematic digital ecosystems and territorial digital ecosystems that are more effective in a way, because if you get a specific theme, for example, tourism, you have a chance to put together some subjects, some actors that works with common goals, or specific goals are all connected by a main lane in a way. So starting from this definition, what we are going to do? We're going to put all the initiatives, which I said before, starting from different goals and compliances, and we want to focus on an overall definition of digital ecosystems. Put together the offer, the demand. Each of these initiatives is focused on some subjects or relationships. I mean, E015 is mainly about public and private relationships. API Lombardia now, as internal catalog, is focused mainly on relationships and interoperability between public administrations. Open Data and Geoportal are the top of the iceberg, I can say, about open offer, open data, open services. So we are trying now to go on to an evolution of this context, putting all together. That doesn't mean putting all the sites together, but putting the offer in a different way on different channels. To do this, we have, in a way, we have defined the reference model. We started from putting these balls in a box. You can see some balls are representing the APIs. We make a different. We classify these APIs in public ones, public API, the white ones, in protected APIs and reserved APIs. The difference is that public are for everyone, and there is no need to make a formal request for usage. You can use as without any formal act or contract. Protected APIs can be used, but only with after a formal request and authorization. And reserved ones are the APIs that, in a way, have some reserved data and can be used only by some subjects and not everyone. But this, in our vision, could be not enough because it is a sort of an unordered set of APIs. So we thought that could be layer to be define some levels of relationships, not about the APIs, but about the subjects that are interested to consume these APIs. And so we define 4 levels. Starting from the bottom, we have the internal level. The internal level is the one that is working inside a specific subject. The interoperability inside, for example, region Lombardy. It doesn't involve any other subject. It's only inside one subject. Another level, the next one, is the closed one. In this level, only specific subjects can participate, and membership is needed. For example, here you can imagine to have some subject that in a healthcare landscape can collaborate each other, but they had to satisfy some requirements or some low constraints. You can interoperate if and only if you are an healthcare structure or a municipality. So it's a closed community in a way. The other level is community level. This is very specific of E015 because anyone can participate, but membership is needed. you can access to the offer, but before you have to sign a membership. And the last one, the open one, is for everyone. Anyone can participate to this level without any need for contracts. When we defined these 4 layers, then we thought that we could have another way to position our offer and demand about digital ecosystems, and was the sector point of view. And so in this offer now, we are positioning APIs, subjects, type of relationships, trying to arise the sector ecosystems. For example, the tourism one, the healthcare ecosystem, the environmental ecosystem, and the mobility and transport ecosystem. How to foster this theoretical model? There are different types of levers. One, of course, is law. If you give interoperability a clear legislative and legal framework, for example, to ensure compliance, you can, in a way, address a lot of initiatives and put together by law the subjects. But it's not the only lever. Another lever is fundings, for example. Here in Lombardy, we have this experience. We can say a Latin motto is do ut des. Do ut des can be translated in the, if I give you something, I ask you back something else. And we apply it, for example, in the public fundings. We make some bids for privates or other public administrations, given money, given fundings, but asking back to expose some APIs about the contents of the project that they are financed. This is a way. But there is a third lever. This is business and social opportunities. And this is not a lever that could manage in a top-down way. Is a lever that arises from the quality of what you put on the table. And I can show now a clear example of this business and social opportunities, because in this way, the only important thing at the subjects on the table that want to collaborate find an opportunity for themselves, and doesn't all the subjects can win something in a way. There is no a subject that is weaker than another. For example, we in this recent months and in recent past, in the E015 context, we have this public value chain success case. It's very, very special in a way, because it's a case that puts together both public and private actors that have many goals, but all in a way are winners about their goals. I try to explain this value chain. We have, for example, in 015, we have a lot of APIs, I said before, but in this case, the ones of interest were the civil protection alerts, the air quality and traffic limitations, the emergency room status, the electric recharging stations, and the defibrillators. This is a subset of the overall offer. And you can say about the color of the icons that the API providers is not only Region Lombardy. The API providers are even other subjects, other members of E015. So what happened? It happened that a couple of ICT companies in Lombardy found the value in this to
just if you can wrap up real quick, no worries.
I am finishing. These companies found the value in on these APIs and developed some solutions, some digital solutions for who? For municipalities. They create websites, apps, online services for more than 250 municipalities in Lombardy. And at the end, these apps and online services are available for many citizens, potentially about 2 million citizens, starting from the initial set of APIs. And this, for us, is a good example of how to create value, just putting the APIs and the data, of course, and let the other subjects spread ideas and create solutions. These are our future insights. Of course, we have a lot of directions to go in the next future, and from now to 2030, here a short list of some goals that we would like to achieve in collaboration with other initiatives. And at the end, we are now facing with these challenges. Particularly, we are measuring the public value of APIs, not only from a technical way, but as I said before, as a generated value. And we are working on communicating APIs to non-technical people. And this is a great an important issue. We are working on legal aspects and the definition of a common digital relationship framework, which in a way could extend the E015 experience. The other challenges are all about how the initiative is going on, the monitoring of the overall initiative, and of course, promoting and supporting the birth of a new scope-driven ecosystem. Okay, the tourism, but even the environmental one, for example, and the mobility one. And this is all for the moment. Thank you
so much, Marco. It was really, really interesting.